A very good evening. You're watching 7 Live with me, Nabila Jamal. I'm going to take you through the top headlines. But before that, let's give you a roundup on the COVID-19 numbers, recoveries, death rate so far. So far, the active cases as per today, December 17th, is 3,15,154, while the death toll now across the country stands at 1,44,495. And the recovered numbers, which is quite hopeful, as per the numbers here, 94,89,703 people have recovered so far. Now, let me come to the top headline. Rebellion there hits TMC. TMC now, the fissures out in the open. It appears that Suvendu Adhikari, who's a TMC strongman, has finally resigned from all positions of the TMC. He's resigned as the MLA as well, and it's not just him. This time around, there are a few more MLAs who are showing some dissent within the party, and that's Jitendra Tiwari, who's resigned from all party posts as well. Here we're looking at Colonel Deeptangshu Chaudhary, who's now resigned as the chairman of South Bengal State Transport Corporation. Now, both the leaders, along with, of course, Jitendra and Deeptangshu, along with Suvendu, these are leaders who were present at a meeting, the rebels meeting at MP Sunil Mondal's residence yesterday. Mamata Banerjee, in the meanwhile, has accused the BJP of poaching her party leaders. And this comes as the BJP says that it will welcome any TMC rebels into its fold.
जितेंद्र जी, क्या आप तृणमूल कांग्रेस से भी रिजाइन करने वाले हैं आगे?
जी अभी मैंने तृणमूल कांग्रेस से रिजाइन कर दिया।
तो आपका बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम क्या है तृणमूल से, जितेंद्र जी? बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम क्या है? आपने बताया कि आपके एमएलए लेवल पर कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स थे मिनिस्टरशिप से, लेकिन बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम है कि आसनसोल म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन बंगाल का सबसे बड़ा नगर निगम है इन टर्म्स ऑफ एरिया, लेकिन एवं सेकेंड रेवेन्यू जनरेटिंग ये सिटी है, लेकिन जब फंड एलोकेशन होता है तो उस समय इस शहर को वंचित रखा जाता है, यहाँ नहीं दिया जाता, जिससे यहाँ का ऑलराउंड डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पाता है। उसके साथ साथ केंद्र की जो योजनाएं हैं उसको भी यहाँ पर इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करने दिया जाता है, जिससे कि यहाँ की जनता वंचित रह जाए। ये मुद्दों को मैंने मंत्री के सामने उठाया था कि मेरे शहर के साथ ऐसा न किया जाए, आसनसोल के साथ ऐसा न किया जाए।
Well, there you have it. Jitendra Tiwari, they're very unhappy with the TMC's functionaries, not very happy with the way Mamata Banerjee is handling her party. In fact, after Suvendu Adhikari, it appears that there are several other leaders who might just take or follow the same footsteps as Suvendu, Jitendra Tiwari and Deeptangshu. In fact, here we're looking at a few more names that have surfaced that they might just jump ship anytime soon. The names are out, but it's still speculation. Here, it appears that Suvendu Adhikari will also be part of the massive rally that's going to be carried out by Amit Shah this weekend. So is he the loose thread? Are many more TMC leaders going to jump the boat? That remains to be seen. Now, in the meanwhile, there's an all-out political war that's happening within the West Bengal, between the West Bengal government and the centre, over the 3 IPS officers who were responsible for the security of JP Nadda's convoy. 3 of those IPS officers, the centre removed and deployed them at the centre, and it's now been 2 rounds of letters that the centre has written to Mamata Banerjee to release them, but so far Mamata has refused to do so. In fact, Mamata Banerjee has put out a hard-hitting tweet, and she says very clearly that the centre is misusing its power and it's trying to suppress the state government's duties or its position. In fact, Mamata claims that this move is a blatant misuse of emergency provision of the IPS cadre rule. And taking to Twitter, she stated that she won't allow the centre's brazen attempt to control the state machinery. Remember, the 3 of these IPS officers were responsible for Nadda's security, which somehow failed, and eventually the convoy was attacked. And IPS officers' removal and central deployment, according to the state government, Mamata says, is superseding and going outside its purview. Let's quickly cut across to the farmers' protests. It's day 23 of the farmers' protests, and we're seeing some high drama unfold in the Supreme Court. In fact, there were a lot of arguments back and forth on the farmers' protests. The Supreme Court was hearing a series of petitions speaking about the farmers' protests being an inconvenience to many of them traveling for medical help. Here, the Supreme Court did observe the rights of the farmers to protest. Undoubtedly, the Supreme Court said that it observes and admits that the farmers have the fundamental right to protest, but at the end of it, they can't inconvenience normal life, or rather disrupt normal life. That's the order of the Supreme Court, and that's what they've observed. In fact, the Chief Justice of India, S.A. Bobde, has asked the centre to consider the possibility of putting the new farm laws on hold, saying that a possible suspension could maybe resolve this deadlock. That's the Supreme Court's observation here. And apart from that, the CJI-led bench added that the farmers' protests can't be stopped, but at the same time, farmers can't create hindrance to normal life. Now, amid farmers' protests, the face-off in the Supreme Court in the Delhi's borders, their high-octane drama erupted in the Delhi Assembly as well a short while ago. But we're going to take you through details on that on the other side of this story.
कि अगर ऐसा सरकार से उन्होंने पूछा है कि आप क्या इसके अमल को रोक सकते हैं?
वो जब जवाब देंगे तो उसका जवाब दे देंगे। अभी तो सरकार का जवाब मांगा है ना उन्होंने।
क्या लगता है क्या कि ये जो बात ये भी है कि पूरी तरह से सप्लाई प्रभावित हो रही है, बाकी जो चीजें आशंका ये भी है कि कहीं आपका जो ये प्रोटेस्ट है वो वायलेंट नहीं हो जाए, उस पर क्या कहें?
नहीं होने का। ये तो सरकार के लोग ही प्लान बना कर करवा सकते हैं। जब 22 दिन तक नहीं हुआ, ये लोग गांव में भी तो रहते हैं, इसी देश में तो रहते हैं। ये क्या कोई लाठी गोली ले रहे हो क्या? गांव में को लड़ते फिर ये जैसे गांव में रहे ऐसे ये यहाँ रह रहे। यहाँ तो दूसरे लोग आने करवा सके हैं।
तो आप ये अपनी तरफ से आश्वासन देते हैं कि कोई वायलेंस नहीं
होगा, पूर्ण रूप से शांतिपूर्ण रहेगा हमारा।
सप्लाई कैसे सुनिश्चित?
सप्लाई तो चल रही पूरी। आप ये देखोगे पूरा ट्रैफिक चल रखा, पूरी सप्लाई चेन बंद है, फूड चेन खुली हुई है, मेडिकल लाइन खुली हुई है, आम आदमी आ जा सकता है, कोई रोक नहीं किसी को।
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट में केस था, कल भी था। हमारे वकील ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में खड़े होकर कहा कि किसानों की मांगे जायज हैं, किसानों की मांगे मानी जानी चाहिए। केस इसलिए था कि दिल्ली के बॉर्डर के ऊपर किसान बैठे हैं, इसलिए ट्रैफिक की दिक्कत हो रही है। हमारे वकील ने खड़े होकर कहा जी इसके लिए केंद्र सरकार जिम्मेदार है। आज अगर अभी केंद्र सरकार 1 घंटे में इनकी मांग मान ले, धरना उठ जाएगा। धरना क्यों नहीं उठ रहा? धरना इसलिए नहीं उठ रहा, केंद्र सरकार नहीं करने दे रही। तो केंद्र सरकार का वकील बोलता है कि ये दिल्ली सरकार का वकील तो किसानों का वकील बन के बना हुआ है। मैं केंद्र सरकार वाले को कहना चाहता हूं, तुम भी किसानों के वकील बनो, तुम भी किसानों का काम किसके लिए करो। किसान इस देश का निर्माता है, और अगर किसानों की वकालत नहीं करोगे तो किसकी वकालत करोगे? दलालों की वकालत करोगे तो।
Now, amid the farmers' face-off there was a heated argument and a ruckus that unfolded within the Delhi Assembly. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal there literally tore the new farm laws in the high-octane drama that erupted just a short while ago in the Assembly. Kejriwal tore a copy of all the 3 farm laws during his speech, terming them black laws and demanding the centre to repeal them. Now, soon after Delhi Chief Minister tore those farm laws, AAP MLAs started chanting Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Now, remember the Delhi Chief Minister and AAP Supremo Arvind Kejriwal has come under scanner time and again. He's been hit out for being a hypocrite, considering that his party itself back in 2016 in the Punjab's poll manifesto had pledged to amend the APMC Act at that point of time to allow farmers to trade outside the state. And also very categorically in that manifesto had said that he's going to be inviting private investment as well so that farmers get better profit margins. Now, Arvind Kejriwal is the same man who's now, of course, condemning the farm laws, even though he got ready to implement it back in November, or just about a month ago. He said that he's going to implement it. He was just rolling out those laws, and just when the farmers' protests snowballed, Arvind Kejriwal now takes a whole U-turn, condemns these laws, calls it black laws, and says the government is acting against the interest of the farmers.
और ये 3 कानून हैं, ये तीनों कानूनों को मैं सदन के सामने तीनों काले कानूनों को खारिज कर दिया और केंद्र सरकार से अपील की है कि वो तुरंत इन तीनों काले कानूनों को वापस ले। हमारे किसान बहुत दिनों से ठंड में रोज रात को सो रहे हैं। देश का किसान मुसीबत में है। 20 से ज़्यादा किसानों की मौत हो चुकी है। 20 दिन हुए इस आंदोलन को। रोज एक किसान ऑन एन एवरेज इस संघर्ष में शहीद हो रहा है।
चुना हुआ मुख्यमंत्री संविधान सम्मत संसद से पास किसी बिल को इस तरह से विधानसभा में टुकड़े टुकड़े फाड़ दे, ये बड़े शर्म की बात है। उन्होंने कृषि बिल के टुकड़े टुकड़े नहीं किए हैं, उन्होंने किसानों के भविष्य के टुकड़े टुकड़े किए हैं, क्योंकि टुकड़े टुकड़े करने में अरविंद केजरीवाल जी माहिर हैं।
Now let's move on to the Parliamentary Committee on Defence. The row over Rahul Gandhi walking out only escalating. Rahul Gandhi has now complained to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla, saying that he wasn't allowed to speak during the meet. Remember, Rahul Gandhi and some of the Congress members staged a walkout during the Parliamentary Committee, which was discussing on defence, saying that it was waste of time. Rahul Gandhi said that it was waste of time because important issues like Chinese infiltration, intrusion wasn't discussed. Instead, they were speaking about the Jawan's uniform, and that was a waste of time, and therefore he walked out. But then a lot of other sources said that he wasn't allowed to speak, and that irked him, which is why he walked out. BJP has been calling this an absolute insult. The BJP, in fact, has attacked Rahul Gandhi for staging the walkout from a meeting of the Parliamentary Committee on Defence. Now, Union Minister Prakash Javadekar has lashed out at the Gandhi science, saying that Rahul Gandhi remains absent most times and then blames the government and walks out of the meeting in protest. In fact, like I said, Rahul Gandhi and a few other members on Wednesday had walked out of the meeting of the Parliamentary Committee on Defence, alleging that the panel's time was being wasted, saying that they were discussing everything else except for national security, which was the primary issue.
We have taken action. So foreign companies,
एक मिनट अरे भैया जो कांग्रेस के यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं अम्बेडकर कांग्रेस के नेता अम्बेडकर मूर्ति के सामने
जो इकोनॉमिक सिचुएशन है,
अचानक 14 में से 2 ही बैठकों में आएंगे और बैठकों में आकर फिर ये कहेंगे कि महत्वपूर्ण विषयों की चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। ये सांसदीय प्रणाली को और संवैधानिक संस्थाओं का अपमान है और इसलिए हम इस रवैये की भर्त्सना करते हैं और राहुल गांधी को संवैधानिक संस्थाओं का आदर करने सीखना चाहिए, नहीं तो लोकतंत्र में उनकी भूमिका और नगण्य होती।
And instead of talking about strategy and instead of talking about what you're providing them, what you're giving them for living, for their clothing, for their food, for strategy, how you planned it, and matters that affect Parliament, you talk about what the uniform should be. You talk about what the buttons should be, what the badges of rank should be. I mean, we are coming to a point of absurdity. This is what Rahul Gandhi meant.
देखिए, जो हमने सुना है, हालांकि मैं एक बात आपको बताऊं कि कोई भी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की जो बैठक होती है उसके विमर्श गोपनीय होते हैं। शुरू में ही किसी भी कमेटी का अध्यक्ष ये घोषणा करते हैं, लेकिन जो खबरें आ रही हैं उसमें पता चला कि हमारे आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स के ड्रेस को एक दूसरे मुल्क के पैटर्न पर करने की चर्चा हो रही थी। अगर ऐसा है तो ये तो कहीं से भी ग्राह्य नहीं है, कहीं से भी उचित नहीं है और संभवतः उसके बाद स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका होती है। अगर आप स्टैंडिंग कमेटी को एक प्रसंग विहीन या गैर प्रासंगिक बनाने की कोशिश करेंगे तो विपक्ष क्या करे?
Well, let's quickly cut across to what's happening in Karnataka. Karnataka, there was a massive vandalism that was reported at an apple manufacturing unit in Kolar, Karnataka. And now the Karnataka police has detained a CPM student leader, in fact, a student wing leader in connection with the December 12th vandalism there. And here, this person called Shrikant is said to have allegedly planned the protest and instigated the workers to vandalize the entire unit. In fact, the police has arrested Shrikant, who is in the Taluk, who is in fact the Taluk president of Students Federation of India in Kolar. It's said that Shrikant was the one who instigated this entire vandalism and the protest to such an extent. It took a violent turn to a point where Apple manufacturing unit there, which erupted at Wistron Corporation, has reported 40 crores in damage. This happened on December 12th, and the company in fact claims that they've suffered losses up to 40 crores. The incident might just have far-reaching implications on Apple's Make in India plans, is what critics say. Now, the protest was a result of overtime that the workers were made to do, 12-hour shift on a day-to-day basis, and they were not being paid. Many of them alleged that they were not being paid their dues, they were being pushed to work overtime, and as a result, the protest erupted, and that took a violent turn, it seems like, because of some of the external elements instigating the protest to a violent turn. Arrests have been made. Karnataka police now investigating further.
We have taken action. So foreign companies, that's a very important one. These things should not have happened, and Prime Minister also is very much worried about this development. We have instructed properly, such things will not be repeated, and we will full support to that company without any problem. Let them continue the production and other things.
Communist Party's youth wing, a leader, Communist Party.
I don't want to comment any other things. We will take necessary action. Overall, the culprit, they have taken the such a thing.
We completely and we outrightly condemn the arrest of the student leader yesterday of Student Federation of India. He had nothing to do with this. We have actually made inquiries with their organization as well. They were not present over there. After the entire incident happened over there, a bunch of them may have gone there to actually try and ensure that things were okay. The state government, to cover up its failure, the Labour Department to cover up its failure, is now creating comforting stories and arresting this poor boy who has nothing to do with it. We just condemn this, and we demand that he should be released immediately.
All right, we're going to slip into a short break. We're going to come back with our fact check story of the day. Do stay tuned.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.